Springboard Roadshow Foundation, in partnership with the Mastercard Foundation and Solidaridad, present CoRe, the COVID-19 Recovery and Resilience Program.
Hello, and welcome to the CoRe program. My name is Susan Hermina Adwoa Yemidi, and I am the country representative for Solidaridad West Africa. Today, we'll be learning about the value of networks and relationships. Why are networks and relationships important to us? What do they do for us in our daily lives? How do we maintain our networks and our relationships? How do we build our networks and our relationships? How do we identify whom we can bring into our circle as part of our networks and our relationships? What are relationships? Relationships, loosely defined, are close connectedness that we have with people. And these people could be members of our families. They could be our colleagues, associations from social circles such as churches and other membership groups that we are in. They are people who are really close to us, who know us, who understand us. And we also have our networks. Networks are loosely defined as the interactions we have with people who are not necessarily closely associated with us. So it could be your sister's friend. It could be your colleague's family member. There is some relationship with that person. It could be in your professional circles, people you meet as you go about your daily work. It could be people you meet as you go about your educational activities. In our everyday lives, we interact with a lot of people, and they all form part of the relationships that we build, and they form part of the networks that we build. Why are they important? Allow me to quote from Dr. Darius Daniels. He says that all relationships push us forward towards our purpose or hold us back. They make us or they unmake us. And that is why building strong relationships and networks are important for us. For our purposes, whatever vision we have, whatever we seek to attain in this life, we require assistance. We are not islands, so we would need relationships, strong ones, profitable ones, good ones, and we would need networks to help us. How do we build these strong relationships and networks that will help us? We have to be friendly and we have to be connected to people. Even at home, the way we interact with our siblings, with the family at home. At work, the way we interact with our colleagues. At church and at other social gatherings. The way we interact will let people respond to us. The way we engage with them will let people respond to us, and we will share ideas and they can make inputs into that. We should be able and willing to go to places where we would meet people whom we would engage with. Sometimes when you meet these people and you engage and you are open and have an honest conversation with them, you would realize that there's something that you need that they would be able to help you do. For instance, you're running a business and you are looking for guidance on a particular marketing thing. And maybe at a social gathering, you interact with people and you realize that somebody is a marketing manager. Once you realize that, you should get close to that person and you should be able to ask questions and engage the person about their work, knowing that you are also looking for advice from those people. And you tell them about what you're doing and ask their opinion about the things that they do. When you do this, it alerts them to what you're doing, and it alerts them to realize that you're somebody who is really serious and looking for something to do. And whatever professional advice they have, they would give you. We should always ask questions. When we are with our friends, when we are with our families, when we are with our acquaintances, and we should also give them feedback. In that way, we build relationships that would enable us to move on the agenda that we have in our lives. And we should also share relevant information about our thoughts, our ideas, our vision, our hopes, and our aspirations. When we interact in this way, when we give and we take, then we are able to build bonds, we are able to build networks, and we are able to build relationships that go way beyond the immediate settings that we are in and from where we have built these relationships. A lot of the networks that I have been one-time engagements that I've had with people. We met in a meeting, and after the meeting, we had conversations. And after that conversation, we kept talking. And today, I have people in my network from 20 years ago. And I have people in my network that I met only last week. So it is these meetings and how you make use of them that helps you to build your networks. Why do we need to build these networks and relationships? These networks, as Dr. Darius Daniel said, would help us to fulfill our purpose in life. So these relationships are important. They are important because they cushion us in difficult times in life. In life, we all come face to face with challenges. And it is in these difficult times that the relationships that you have built become an advantage to you. For instance, I had a very difficult health challenge, and it was amazing the people who checked on me, who asked me, how are you faring? What can we do for you? How can we support you through this process? It would have been a very lonely road if I didn't have these relationships. Even the loose interactions that I had with people who heard from my close relationships that, oh, there's something going on, asked me questions. And it is the same way. You need help. You can pick a phone and call somebody and they would help you. Relationships and networks also help us to achieve our goals. Professionally, you get guidance. You get people who would mentor you, who would coach you in your professional career. If you're a student, the relationships that you build, you would be able to take advantage of that. People will support you through your academic career. If you are looking for information, they can point you to where you should go. If you are in the university and you want to study abroad, the relationships will build with people would help you to know which kinds of universities abroad are good for what you want to study. Sometimes people will help you couch your proposition. These are all the advantages that you get. A lot of coaching, a lot of mentoring from the relationships that you build. Relationships and networks also provide us with a platform to learn and also to teach. It is a two-way street. If you are always getting from people, it is not good. You should also be able to deposit in people. And when you deposit in people, people are willing to give back to you. And that is why it is very important to nurture relationships. Sometimes it is some help, some suggestion that you made into somebody's life a while back, and they would remember, and the day you are asking for help, the day you are looking for ideas, the day you are looking for opinion, they remember that you invested in giving them feedback, and they would also give you feedback. Sometimes the feedback is not what you are looking for, but it's an honest feedback which will help you, and you will get that. These are some of the things that you get. They are not monetary, but they are very key in helping you to achieve your purpose, your vision, to meet your aspirations. Relationships and networks also provide us with a sense of belonging. Like I indicated, no man is an island. No man is an island of themselves. And we need to be able to build these relationships so that when you have a need and a sense to speak to somebody, you know where to go. Most times, we think that it is not necessary to have networks. Most times we think it is not necessary to build relationships. But sometimes there comes a point in your life when you feel lonely, when you feel that, whom can I share this thought with? And that is when you look through your network. You look through the people around you and say, on issues around spirituality, this person can help me. And then you can go to that person and you can speak to the person. It could be professional, something around jobs, changing jobs. It could be even enhancing your career, professional, learning new things. People would be able to help you. People in your professional network would be able to help you. And this is why it is important that you invest in them. And it's also important that you belong. They give you a sense of belonging. They give you a sense that here you can be you. In this space, you don't have to pretend to be anybody. In this space, you are not judged. In this space, all your ideas, we would listen to them and we will tell you which one cuts and which one does not cut. These are some of the reasons why you have to have these networks and build very strong relationships. How are we going to be maintaining these networks? We maintain the networks by being very open in our relationships. We maintain these networks by giving open and honest feedback, by building trust. When people call you and they say, oh, Susan, I am going to do this and that and that. What do you think about it? I wouldn't immediately say, well, I have no opinion. If I don't have an opinion, then I'll say, oh, okay, not a bad idea. Let me think about it and let me call you back, or I'll come see you and we'll discuss it. The critical part is really not the fact that I say, let me think about it. It is the fact that I make the effort to get back to the person. I spend time to go back to the person and say, okay, as I promised, I said I'll think about it. Let me think about it. These are my thoughts. These are what I think you should be doing. When you make an effort, when you make a commitment to a person, when you make a commitment to somebody in your network, it builds trust. And people would always find you dependable and reliable, and they would also reciprocate in the same manner. It is also important not to be judgmental. We are all made up of very different people with different attitudes, behaviors, beliefs, etc. Let us not be judgmental because one person in our network does not necessarily believe in the things that we believe in. Let us not use that as something that we would use against the people. Let us be open. I do not agree with you, but it is fine. The fact that I do not agree with you does not mean that you and I cannot engage. Actually, divergent views also help you to shape your thoughts, gives you more ideas, and helps you to even question the things that you are doing. So it is very important not to be judgmental. It helps people to also feel comfortable to come into your space. They know that when they come to you as they are, they know that when they come to you with their opinion, however it is, you will not say, this is something, or you would not judge them, but rather you would give them a hearing, and they would be comfortable enough to share thoughts, which invariably would also benefit you because you would also learn. There may be things that you don't know, and you will pick them up in that interaction. It is important to also invest in your relationships and networks. And this is where, when invitations are given, you look at the invitations, and if they are coming from people who are key and who are relevant for you, this is when you decide that you need to really also honor those invitations. But I would also advise that you also are mindful of the kind of relationships that you build. It's not every relationship that promotes your vision. It's not every relationship that promotes your purpose. So always align your purpose with the people in your space and see that they are aligned and they profit you and they promote your things. So, in concluding, I would like to once again paraphrase Dr. Darius Daniels' take on relationships. And he says that all relationships push forward or hold us back on our purposes in life. So it is important that we are intentional. We deliberately build all these relationships because they are the relationships that would propel us to achieve our vision, to achieve our aspirations, to let us achieve our goals. Be it our family lives, be it our career, be it our businesses, be it our social life, the relationships that we have, the networks that we build are very crucial to that, and it is important that we maintain them. It is a two-way street, so let us give so that we can be able to take to fulfill our purposes in this life. Now, I would entreat all of you to download the workbook from core.com.gh and also to listen and to watch other episodes on radio or a TV station in your region. Have a great day.
I brought one number, but down so many times you don't want to even get